Hello guys, Mystagophobia here. Hope you're all doing well. Today I've got a build for the golden bullet. It's pretty good guys. You've got 6 skill tier shield. I have a striker drone. You can use any skill you'd like. But you'll have loads of damage, you'll have loads of survivability, and obviously because of golden bullet you'll get loads more damage. So if you like my content guys, like and subscribe, and let's get straight into the video. So our first piece of gear is the mask. We're using Striker's battle gear. 2 pieces gives you 15% weapon handling, 3 pieces gives you 15% rate of fire, and the 4th piece is Striker's gamble. Weapon hits increase total weapon damage by 0.65%, stacking up to 100 times. 1 stacks lost per second between 0 and 50 stacks, 2 stacks lost per second between 50 and 100 stacks. And our core is a red, 15% weapon damage. The attribute is 12% critical hit damage. The mod is 11.9% critical hit damage as well. So our second piece of striker is the holster. Our core attribute is 15% weapon damage. Attribute is 12% critical hit damage. Our third piece of striker is the knee pads. Our core attribute is a blue. The attribute is 12% critical hit damage. Our fourth and final piece of striker that we're using are the gloves. Core attribute is 15% weapon damage and 12% critical hit damage. So the chest piece we're using is the Sokolov Concern. We get 10% SMG damage. It's a blue core. The attributes are 7.6% critical hit damage. You can get that to 12% if you can guys. We have 6% critical hit chance, and the mod we're using is 11.9% critical hit damage. So the talent we're using is Intimidate. While you have bonus armor, gain 1 stack each second up to the max of 9. Each stack increases weapon damage by 4% to enemies within 10 meters. All stacks are lost when you have no bonus armor. That's wrong guys, it only takes 3 seconds to get to 9 stacks, so every second you get 3 stacks. So our final piece of gear is the backpack. We're using Grupo Sombra. With Grupo Sombra we get 15% critical hit damage. Core attribute is 15% weapon damage. The attributes are 6% critical hit chance and 12% critical hit damage. And the mod we're using is 11.7% critical hit damage. And the talent we're using, this is the survivability guys, is Bloodsucker. Killing an enemy adds and refreshes a stack of 10% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Max stack is 10, so 100% bonus armor. And we have 2 blues as well, so we'll get a lot of armor. And because of golden bullet, it will be easy to kill multiple enemies straight away. And remember guys, this is bonus armor, so when you get this bonus armor, it will proc or activate your chest piece talent Intimidate, so you'll get even more damage. So the primary weapon I'm using is the MP7, the SMG. I have 12.4% SMG damage, 21% critical hit chance, and 10% damage to targets out of cover. And the talent I'm using is Future Perfect. Weapon kills grant 1 skill tier for 15 seconds that stacks up to 3 times, so that's 3 skill tiers. Weapon kills at skill tier 6 grant overcharge for 15 seconds. Overcharge cooldown 1 minute 30. Those are the mods I'm using. I'm using Future Perfect guys is because we have 2 blues. This is for the shield mainly. We have 2 blues and we get a skill tier from the technician, so we already have 3. And then when we get 3 kills we'll be at 6. We'll be at 4 skill tiers and 2 blues. But remember guys, blues and skill tiers count for the shield, so we'll be at 6 for the shield, so it will be really tanky the shield we're using. You can use any skill you want guys, you'll still be at skill tier 4, which does decent damage. And then the secondary I'm using for more survivability. If you lose your actual armor and you still have bonus armor, you can get your armor back this way. I'm using the shotgun, the mop, the named version. 15% shotgun damage, 12% damage to armor, and 10% armor on kill. And then we have the talent Preservation. Killing an enemy repairs 10% armor over 5 seconds. Headshot kills improve the repair by an additional 10%, so potentially 30% armor on kill. And then those are the mods I'm using. And then the sidearm is the Orbit, the named pistol. The core attributes are 15% pistol damage and 10% damage to targets out of cover. And the talent is Perfect Finisher. Swapping from this weapon within 10 seconds of killing an enemy grants 35% critical hit chance and 40% critical hit damage for 15 seconds, and that's the mod. Remember guys, this gun you can only get from named caches and the Dark Zone. So the first skill I'm using is the Crusader Ballistic Shield. It says that we're tier 3, but when we get the 3 kills with the MP7 or any SMG you'd like, you'll be at 6, so your shield will be really tanky. Then the secondary skill I decided to have for a distraction for the enemies to shoot is the Striker Drone. Will be tier 4 because we get 1 tier from Technician and we get 3 skill tiers from the Future Perfect talent off the MP7. So it will be pretty good. You can change it to any skill guys, like a decoy for example. It will go to tier 4, which is pretty good. So a lot of distraction, and that's the mod I have. So this is the overall build. We have 4-piece striker guys, so that's a lot of damage already. We have Sokolov, so that's 10% for the MP7 or any SMG. We have Grupo for more crit damage, and we have Bloodsucker for bonus armor, which will activate the Intimidate buff on your chest piece. So all around, this is a really good build guys for Golden Bullet. We have survivability with the bonus armor and with preservation, with the mop potentially 30% armor on kill, but I'll show you the stats now. So our MP7 has 58% critical hit chance and 163.1% critical hit damage, which is decent for striker build. So our secondary, we have 32% critical hit chance and 163.1% critical hit damage as well. Remember, if you used the Orbit guys and you swap back to your shotgun for example, you'll have max crit chance because you get 35% critical hit chance and 40% critical hit damage. So if we look at the shotgun, 32% and we get 35, so 60% is the max. So we'll still do tons of damage, but I'll scroll down the rest of the stats down for you now. So the specialization we're using is the Technician. Main reason we're using the Technician is to get the free skill tier. So we'll be at skill tier 4 when we get the kills with the SMG. We also get 10% skill damage with overclocked CPU if you want to use an offensive skill. If you want to use a healing skill for example, the healing drone, all you have to do is just click this one, 10% skill healing, and you'll heal a bit more. But we get 10% sidearm damage, 15% increased SMG damage, and 15% increased shotgun damage guys. So this is actually a really good build. I'm finding it fun in Golden Bullet at a minute, but let me know what you think. Thanks for watching guys, and happy hunting.